Hey you, welcome to or welcome back to Keisha's house, motivation and inspiration. I'm Keisha, and as always, I'm so glad that you stopped by. So today is February 20th and it is President's Day. So for those of you who have the day off from work, I'm in that boat with you. Happy President's Day. I don't know about you, but I slept in this morning. And for those of you who still have to go on to work in your daily routine, again, happy President's Day to you. Remember, you always have the power to decide how your day will turn out. Whether you're at work or whether you're not and you have the day off, you get to decide if today's a great day. So I hope you're having a great day. So as I mentioned, it's already February 20th. I cannot believe this month is only, 8 days away from being over. And I'm actually in another location. I know these backgrounds have changed every single week, it feels like. I'm in the second week of my new job. New city, new routine, new people, new bosses. Everything is new. Technically, I don't even have a real address at the moment, but it's okay. You know, it's so funny to me how folks keep coming up to me and saying, how are you doing this? How are you not freaking out that you have so many moving parts going on right now? And the reality is, it's up to us how we face and handle every situation that we're in. Just like I mentioned about, well, it's up to you to decide if you're having a great day or a good day or a bad day. It's the same thing with every situation. I can sit here and I can freak out. But the reality is that's not helping me or my family be successful in our day-to-day. Every day is still happening, even though we're not settled at the moment. But that's okay. I mean, if you really flip the lens on this, when do we have the opportunity to be, well, a little nomadic and spend time with our loved ones, our external families, and be able to capitalize on those conversations with them, spending time building those memories, while knowing, well, all of our basic needs are met. We have food, shelter, clothing, but most importantly, we have love, and we're surrounded by people that love us. And we get to make memories along the way. So just being in my second week of my new job in our new city, and I should say cities, because we don't really know where we're going to live yet, either DC, Maryland, or Virginia, we don't know. But we have had such good times going out with the boys, exploring the different communities, going to museums, just being more active as a family in general. I honestly can't ask for anything more. Yes, it's chaotic right now, but we are turning that chaos into memories and joy. But again, that is a decision that you have to make and that I have to make as individuals when we are facing any type of situation that can be a little stressful. So I mentioned that I'm in my second week of my new job, and there's some things that I have to say have been really, really great. My last job was nonstop, go, go, go. And whenever anybody had an emergency or any type of situation, well, I was it. I had to figure out how we're going to make good on whatever situation was turning things upside down. In this new position, I have one portfolio of work that I have to do, and I get to decide how I get it done. I just have to get it done, and it's been great. But I have to say, in any new situation, especially when you left a new position that you felt absolutely comfortable in, there's times that you just have to find your new routine, find your new rhythm. So I had a really good mentor talk me through this new transition that I'm currently in, because they too have worked in the same environment. And one of the things, and I'm telling you, there's a lot they shared with me, where as I walk the halls of my new building, I can see every little detail that they were sharing with me, and I definitely feel prepared. But one thing that they said to me that didn't really sit well was to not go in with my routine, but to go in and be very observant. See what it is that everyone else was doing, figure out the norms of the office, and then proceed with caution forward. Okay, There's absolutely some of this that I have taken 100%. I have learned the nuances of the office in a very short period of time. But one thing that I recognized is that my routine there is very different from what I had before. So let me explain. In my old job, I would work a 7:30 to 5 or 6 o'clock schedule religiously. My family knew where I was Monday through Friday, the exact times. I might switch up the route to get into work here or there, but my boss knew I would be at my desk by a certain time and already in his office by 7:30. That is not the case in my new environment. Honestly, there's some days where I can show up at 7:30 or earlier, and I'm maybe only the second or third person in the office, and some days the only. And talk about telework. All right, I get it. Some of us absolutely love telework. I personally have not jumped on that bandwagon. Now, have there been opportunities where teleworking has been very beneficial for me and my family and providing me flexibility? 100%. But I'm just not that person. I'm just not made to be able to say, you know what, let's just work from home every single day. It drives me personally nuts. I like going into work. I like going in, sitting at my desk at work, having my pens, my pencils, my staplers, my computer set up the way I want to, but knowing that when I was done working, I go home. That routine, that time in the car from work to home, I love it. It allows me to shift gears, close out the day, and to get home and stay focused on my family. Again, which I love because my last job was hectic, and this one I can literally say, this is a good place to stop. Let's go home. So let me give you an example. There was one day in particular, and again, trying to figure out my new routine. I got in early like I normally do because, well, it just sits well with me. And it was getting close to the end of the day, but not yet the time that I wanted to punch out. And there was an individual, and they meant well. I know they did. And they walked around the office and they said, hey, it's time to go home, people. And they looked at me in particular and said, you were here before I got here. It's time to be done. And I heard some folks packing up, and I, succumbed to the pressure of being like, oh, well, shoot, I got to pack up too. And I started packing up, and I was in the middle of an email I really wanted to send out, and I didn't send it. And then I was excited to be home with my husband and my boys, and I get home, and the first thing, I sit down after saying hello and giving hugs and kisses, and I looked at my husband and I said, I had this email, and I just wish I sent it. And you may be thinking, girl, leave that work behind you. All right, but this is the thing. I know my routine that I need to close out my day and to be able to focus on my family. It may seem small, but there are some things that you have in your life that you're like, if I just don't finish this, I'm going to bring this with me into my next thing. Whether it's being home, maybe it's your workout routine, you aren't able to stay focused because you're still stuck because you didn't close things out the way that you wanted them to. I saw this article on social media and I commented on it as well. And it was talking about something along the lines of, if you have a smile, it's your personality, it's your business card. And if you change that, you're losing basically your identity. And I started to couple that with my routine. Look, my routine may not be everybody else's cup of tea, and that is okay. But what works for me, it works for me. And if that's getting into work at 7:30 or earlier, okay. And if it means that I leave at a certain time, that's okay too. Because if I can follow my routine, knowing that that's what I need to do to put the energy and the focus in on my family when I get home without interruption, I'm willing to do that. You know, it's really interesting to me when people talk about having work-life balance. But the only person that can really make that determination is you. And there's key people in your life that also are going to be able to provide input. And for me, that's my husband and my kids. As long as we as a family unit have found a balance in our routine, then it's the right routine for us. Okay, last week we talked about bringing your best forward every single day. It doesn't mean perfection. It means showing up and doing your best. And this week, I think complements last week. This week, our quote is, "The secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine." The secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine. Find out what your routine is. I know, for me, my life is upside down. We don't have a routine right now for the family, but I can do my part and have my routine for work. And if I can make sure that I can have that routine solid, that means I am now present and available for my family as we build our new routine in our new home and community. So that is our goal for this week. Find the routine that works for you and do not allow anything or anyone or any place to influence it. I know it's easier said than done, but that is our motivation and our inspiration for this week. That routine is up to you. It doesn't have to fit a mold. And I want to end with this. When you're joining a new team, when you're joining a new community or environment, especially if you're selected and you're hired to join in that team, there's something unique about you that they liked and they want on their team because you can influence a change that they're maybe looking for. If you change your routine, your perspective, your ideas, your personality to fit the mold, well then why do they need you on the team? You're not bringing your unique you that they need. I look at every team like a puzzle piece, or I should say as a puzzle, and you are that piece. You may be that missing fit, that missing puzzle piece that they need to make sure that team is running smoothly and efficiently, and they're focused, or just bringing change to that environment. So identify your routine, stay true to yourself, bring your best forward each and every day, but most importantly, don't change you. Okay, the secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine by Mike Murdoch. Have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful President's Day. If you're watching on today, again, if you work today, bring your best. Do your best. Don't change up your routine. Till next time, see you soon.